How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys a super powerful sniper setup that you guys could be using right now in Back 4 Blood. Now, with this setup, you guys should be able to easily get through Recruit and Veteran, and this build can even be taken into Nightmare. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with. So if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, so here we are in the deck building menu in Back 4 Blood. This is going to be the complete deck list, so if you guys are just looking to copy and paste the deck, now is your time to do so. But for the remainder of this video, I'm just going to be talking about why every card is where it is, and just what role every card plays in the deck, and just everything like that. Now, here's the objective of this deck, just like our general goal and what we're supposed to be doing. We are primarily going to be on Special Infected Patrol because we are a sniper build, and snipers, they shoot one shot and it's very powerful, but it's not good at dealing with hordes. So while our teammates kind of deal with like the commons and stuff like that, maybe like the weaker Special Infected, we are going to be tackling, the things with like exposed weak spots or just, the big things like tall boys. We're also really good at getting things like exploders away from us because, we can just hit them once in the chest and then, we don't got to worry about them anymore. And as far as like how we're gonna survive, we're actually not gonna be using the sniper rifle that much. We're pretty much only gonna be pulling the sniper rifle out when we see like a Special Infected that requires us to, to one tap it. But pretty much 100% of the time otherwise, as long as you don't see something like a tall boy or an exploder or something like that, you're gonna be using your secondary, because secondary is just a lot more useful at clearing out common than something like a sniper rifle is. Now, number one's gonna be Line 'em Up, which gives us plus 10% effective bullet range, 15% recoil control, 25% bullet penetration, and 25% aim speed. Now, the reason that this is the starter card is because this is just everything that a sniper wants. Like, I get it, making your effective bullet range on a sniper, it doesn't really seem that good at first because they already shoot really, really far. But that just means they can hit things that are really, really far away. This is going to make our one-shot radius just that much farther. It's going to make it, so we can shoot and one-tap, Special Infected significantly farther. The bullet penetration is also, really, really important because, just like, look at the picture. It's penetrating through multiple common. Sometimes we don't have the luxury of switching to our secondary, which is going to, get rid of all the commons, or maybe sometimes our secondary just sucks because you want to play as Jim with this build because he's just like the sniper guy, but unfortunately he spawns with a Magnum, which is very, very terrible. So, if you're just unlucky and can't get a pistol somehow, sometimes, you kind of got to just stick with the sniper. And the aim speed is obviously, really helpful too. Aim speed and reload speed are probably going to be, like the two things that we prioritize the most out of all these statistics outside of like damage. Now at number 2, we have Cold Brew Coffee, which gives us plus 15% reload speed, 25% aim speed, 25% weapon swap speed, and use speed. Now this card is also before, just absolutely powerhouse cards like Amped Up and Money Grubbers, along with Line 'em Up, because they're so good in these sniper decks, because this card gives us reload speed, and like I was just saying, that and aim speed are like the two things we prioritize the highest. Also gives us aim speed, it gives us weapon swap speed, which is helpful because we switch our weapons quite a lot in this deck because, like I said, we primarily use our secondaries to clear out the common and then the sniper exclusively for specials, and it makes our use speed higher, which is kind of like a secret all-star because use speed goes into everything that requires like a progress bar, like reviving a teammate or opening a chest or saving a survivor, something like that. All of those require use speed. Now number 3 is going to be Amped Up, which says when a horde is triggered, your team gains 25 temporary health. Now the reason that this card is just really, really good, and it's debatably one of the best cards in the entire game, is because this card stacks, meaning that if you have 2 people using this card is going to go off twice every horde and give you guys 50 temp health, and if you have 4 people, an entire squad using it, you guys are going to gain 100 temp health every time a horde is triggered. And temporary health is really, really busted, especially when you can get it in just this high of a quantity. Temporary health is really, really absurdly good because it'll tack on right on top of your trauma damage like it doesn't even exist. So therefore it gives you just more health than normal. While you have temporary health, you also cannot accrue trauma damage, which for how much trauma damage you're going to get and just how often you can trigger hordes, like there are just a lot of ways to get hordes in Back 4 Blood. There's the sleeper hordes, the bird hordes, all of those, there's just so many that you can kind of just call hordes at will. And that's essentially going to make it so you just never accrue trauma damage again because you're just always going to have temp health. Number 4 is going to be Money Grubbers, which says each time your team loots copper, you gain 3 additional copper, stacking up to 75 additional copper. Now, the reason that this is in the deck is because this is just still by far and away the best copper card in the entire game. I know Compound Interest just got a buff not too long ago, but this card's just still so much better in every single way, in my opinion. Like, this is still the only copper card in the game that, you know, you just play it and all your copper issues are solved. Like, once you play Money Grubbers, you're fine. Now, number 5 and 6 are actually going to be a little bit of a combo. Number 5 is going to be Hyper Focused, which gives us plus 50% weak spot damage and minus 40% move speed while we're shooting or melee attacking. And number 6 is going to be Controlled Movement, which is going to give us plus 40% move speed while aiming down sights with a sniper rifle. Now, the whole reason Controlled Movement is in the deck is just to balance out the downside for Hyper Focus, so we don't really have a downside when we get plus 50% weak spot damage. And I mean, this is in here for clear reasons where, you know, our role in the team is to one-tap Special Infected, and this is how we do it. We hit them in their weak spots, and we get multipliers on it. Now, number 7 is going to be Shooting Gloves, which gives us plus 25% weapon swap speed, 15% recoil control, and 15% accuracy. Now, the main thing that we're playing this card for is the weapon swap speed, because we're going to be swapping our weapons a lot, and we just want to be able to do that, you know, as quick as humanly possible. The recoil control and the accuracy, I mean, that's just icing on top of the cake, because frankly, I'd probably still play this card even if it didn't have those, you know, kind of like how it was before the February update. Now, number 8 is going to be Knowledge is Power, which gives us plus 10% weak spot damage, and it also essentially just gives us health bars for all the Special Infected. Now, in my opinion, this card is like a little optional, because I primarily play this just for the health bars, because when I'm playing a role that, you know, I am on Special Infected duty, I like to have, you know, the health bars around just to make sure I really know when everything's dead. But I mean, if you don't care about like the health bars or anything like that, you can obviously play like a better card. You can play something like Large Caliber rounds, you can play something like Silver Bullets, but I mean, this card also does give us 10% weak spot damage, and I figured that was just, you know, a really important statistic to, you know, stack on, because, you know, first off, we're Jim, he himself gives, you know, weak spot damage, and our job is to just kill the Special Infected, and I mean, I'd prefer to do that in just one shot, you know, just to make everything easier. Now, number 9 is going to be Front Sight Focus, which gives us plus 20% accuracy, 10% weak spot damage, and 15% aim speed. Now, the main things that look attractive on this card are the aim speed and the weak spot damage. I don't care too much about the accuracy. I mean, it is nice and I'll take it, but it's not why we're playing the card. We're in it, you know, so we can get more weak spot damage to kill those specials even quicker, and the aim speed, because like I said all the way at the beginning, you know, aim speed and reload speed are, you know, very important for snipers. Now, number 10 is going to be Padded Suit, which gives us plus 10% damage resistance, plus 5 health, but minus 20% stamina efficiency as the downside. Now, as far as the downside goes, I mean, it's not like we're a speedster to begin with. You know, I have to play a whole card just to, you know, make it so we don't already have a movement penalty. So having a little less stamina isn't exactly the end of the world. Now, honestly, if you are going into a game and you're playing with like friends or something like that, and you know that there's going to be more than one person using Amped Up, meaning that you're going to get more than one trigger off this every single horde, you kind of don't even have to play this, because in my opinion, Amped Up, like on its own, playing solo and guaranteeing no other charges, I don't think this is good enough to, you know, just for the entire deck health wise. I think something else is needed to help stem the bleeding. But if you have more than one person using Amped Up, and you know, you start getting 50 temp health or even more, you don't need this padding. That's just overkill, and you can put this in for, you know, anything else. You can get your movement speed up if you want, you can, you know, put more damage, anything you want. The sky's the limit. Now, number 11 is going to be Patient Hunter, which is every 0.75 seconds we ADS, it increases our damage by 10% up to 3 stacks. Now, this seems to be in here, you know, just for some pretty obvious reasons. I mean, we're using a sniper, you know, that's just based on, you know, just sitting there and aiming. I mean, it's not like that's what we're going to be actually doing. I mean, it does realistically take people, you know, like 1 to 2 seconds to actually aim at weak spots or just aim at something, and by that point, it's nice just to get a nice, you know, 10 to all the way up to even 30% damage boost, literally just for making sure you're hitting your shot. Number 12 is going to be Ammo Belt, which gives us plus 50% ammo capacity and plus 15% reload speed. Now, there's actually a couple reasons we play Ammo Belt, because, like, I get it, snipers don't really have the biggest ammo problem in the world, but I mean, this card does give us reload speed, that's the big thing, and this also lets us hold more ammo, not only for us, but also for our teammates, and that's the primary reason I'm playing it, because this is going to let us hold more AR ammo, SMG ammo, shotgun shells, all for our teammates who are, you know, obviously going to need it, and, you know, in return, they're going to have sniper bullets for us, and that's just, you know, a nice trade to make, instead of always asking and just never giving. Now, number 13 is going to be Stock Pouch, which gives us plus 30% sniper ammo capacity and plus 10% damage with sniper rifles. Now, this card's great. It just gives us more ammo and more damage, which is just everything we want out of a card, but it is fairly linear, because, like, look at how linear this card is comparative to something like Line 'em Up. You know, this gives me 4 effects that are just much better than more ammo and more damage and no downsides. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, you know, double the value at least. You know, so that's what we're playing with all the way at the top, but like these lower, you know, not as good cards, they can come here at the bottom. Now, number 14 and 15 are both going to serve the same purpose, that being, you know, damage. Number 14 being large caliber rounds, which gives us plus 7.5% bullet damage and plus 200% bullet penetration, and reckless strategy giving us plus 30% weak spot damage and minus 5% damage resistance as the downside. These cards are both in here just to, you know, help us kill stuff quicker, and I mean, like, all this extra bullet damage, it really does add up when we're using our secondaries, because I'm not too concerned with, like, the power of our sniper rifle. For the most part, I mean, if you see it special infected, you hit him in the weak spot, you kill him. You don't hit him in the weak spot, you gotta shoot him again to kill him. Like, that's just how it's gonna work most of the time. Well, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me any deck changes that you guys would make, and as always, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video.